aborting illegal immigrants' babies. So imagine. So why are we focused on the things that don't matter? That goes to show you they don't want to see change. They don't want us to get better. If you want to get better, you would talk about those problems. How can we stop them from killing each other? Well, create jobs, create opportunity, get money and funding to create. Because if we wasn't spending all this money on illegal immigration, because we spend over $600 million a year in having and aborting illegal immigrants' babies. So imagine we didn't do that. Imagine we have illegal immigrants. That 600 million can go to our communities.
Exactly.
Look at all the things that got cut from schools, no art programs, no music, no sports
stuff.
We used to have all these programs that actually
kept me out the streets.
Out of the streets.
Welcome to Crossroads. I'm your
exist
host,
anymore.
Joshua
They
Phillips.
took the money
With
with
this King
But
Face.
it's all this
Pleasure
bullshit.
having you on.
Immigration bullshit.
Yeah, so we're going to talk about the communities. We're going to talk about his own work, talking to people wearing a MAGA hat in New York City, what that's like, and about standing your ground, his own story, where he's come from, and how he made it to where he is now. Yeah, so tell us your story. I know you have kind of how you got to where you are now. I know you have kind of an unconventional story. People might think from the conservative standpoint.
Well, my family, majority of them were Democrats. They're big Democrats. Because the that they've always had was Democrats.
Not true.
So I never really cared about politics because how I was living.
Biggest lie I ever heard.
Mattered to me who was president or what's going on because I wasn't living the greatest of lives in the sense of
ruin your life.
I did a lot of things.
Like that's too easy.
But because of that, I didn't really care about politics until
they believe we form anyway, even if.
And for me, I've always
do them wrong. You're gonna have faith in us.
I don't believe that there's anything holding us back. So anytime I would have that discussion with people in my community, they would say, "Well, we can never be president.
We can't do this. We can't do that."
So I gotta do that. So
no, I'm
when Obama decided to run for presidency,
no.
I was like, "This is my
I'm not believing in none of that mess."
So when he became president, and I was like,
"Now throwing away all that whitewashing,
say what they
can't do it."
I really don't like people saying what they can't do. I just think that word can't automatically shut your brain down.
Exactly.
So I tell people don't say the word can't, even if it is
your brain into beta
still don't say the word can't because you got the Wright brothers. Who's to believe that we can fly like birds?
Right.
So if they thought the process of can't, you wouldn't be able to fly across the country.
Right.
So that's why I never liked that word. So when he became president, it was a way for me to combat the people that would say they can't do things. It wasn't because I cared about politics. It was just about being right for me at first. As I started looking more into the politics and I started like being more interested in it. So I started looking into Democrats and then I started looking into Republicans. And as I started digging deep into the history, I'm like, wait a minute, Democrats, they started the KKK?
They sure did.
Democrats called the super predators. Democrats created Planned Parenthood, which killed millions and millions of black babies. Wait, so why are we supporting this? Then when I looked into the history of Republicans, Abraham Lincoln, who's a Republican, even in Congress, the first Republicans were black.
Exactly.
So it's like, why are we on? And then I'm like, wait a minute.
That's really what we're going back.
I'm like, I'm about less government. I have the tattoo that show that. You know what I'm saying? I'm about God and I'm about family.
Right.
These are the values that every African American truly has. So it's like, never understood that. So for me, that's really what it was. It's to wake people's minds up on it. Like, you're on the wrong side, right? They don't care about us. And through our history, it shows it. Anytime that we had mass incarceration, it was a Democrat. Anytime we had anything that was negative towards the black community, it was a Democrat. It was never a Republican. So that's what gave me that push to go and speak to people. Like, listen, open their minds. Even if you look at our community, all the communities that's messed up, all ran by Democrats. Look at the places.
Exactly. I'm cooking shit up. Hold on, man. I'm disconnected because I wanted to get all fix it with the audio.
I did a lot of things that I'm not proud of, but because of that, I didn't really care about politics
We can never this, and we can never that, because the white man ain't gonna let.
I got it there. So
man, you keep believing shit like that. You ain't never gonna have no life. Let alone be prosperous.
So when he became president, and I was good now my people can't sit there and say what they can't do. Because I really don't like people saying what they can't do. I think that word can't work back in such a way now.
Oh, you are American,
even if it seems impossible. Still don't say the word can't because you have the right brothers.
Like some people like living like just normal.
So they thought the can't wouldn't be able to fly across the country. So that's why I never liked that word. So when he became president, it was a way for me to combat the people that would say they can't do things. It wasn't because I cared about politics. It was just about being right for me at first. So as I started looking more into the politics, and I started getting more interested in it. So I started looking into Democrats, and I started looking into Republicans. As I started digging deep into history.
History first.
Democrats.
I was just found it.
Wait a minute.
Going along with some shit. It's doing agendas that are pushed. You don't even understand what they come from. You're just going along with it.
So why are we supporting this?
On your road.
Then when I looked into the history of Abraham Lincoln was a Republican.
Right.
In Congress, the first.
He was supposed to be the one who freed the blacks.
So it's like, why?
Emancipation Party.
And I'm like, wait a minute.
Allowed us to get married without it being illegal. Don't have to dump the broom no more.
I have a tattoo that show that. You know what I'm saying? I'm about God. I'm about family. These are the values that every African American truly has. So it's like I never understood that. So for me, that's really what it was. People's minds upon it. Like you're on the wrong side. Like they don't care about us. And our history it shows it. Anytime that we had mass incarceration, it was a Democrat. Anytime we had anything that was negative towards the black community, it was a Democrat. Never a Republican.
Never. That's
what gave me that push.
But interesting.
Even if you look at our community, all the communities that's messed up, all ran by Democrats. When you look at the places that run by Republicans, it's nice, it's clean, people are living, they got jobs. But then when you look at Democrats in AOT, there's only 20,000 jobs in New York City. People that could have been out of the streets, 20,000 people that would be able to support their family. Would you take those down? Wait, think about that. These people who care about you, if somebody cares about you, they want to put you in a position not to need them. They're not going to want you to be dependent.
Right.
So that's what I really be trying to do.
They care about you. They're going to put you in a position.
You come from kind of rough back when you were in a gang.
They are not needed. You don't need me anymore. Yeah, about you. I'm trying to teach you how to fish. I'm not going to give you the fish. I'm going to teach you how to fish. I'm going to teach you how to make money. I'm going to teach you how to generational wealth. How to do these things that are supposed to be the foundation of who we are from the jump.
Somehow drugs got involved into that lifestyle, became a violent one, so it took it away from the original message. So I want to bring it back to that essence. Instead of us looking at it as a negative, let's bring back what the purpose was. Protecting our community, make sure people are safe, making sure we were able to prosper and benefit ourselves instead of just looking at it like, okay, I want to kill him or I want to win him because he's a bandana or black bandana or whatever. So I just want to bring back essence. So that's why I don't want to completely separate myself from it and say, well, I'm not a part of the game. The reason why I say I'm a former game member because I'm not on the streets trying to harm anybody, doing anything illegal. I just want to change the perception, because that's the thing with America.
And make it positive. So the N-word.
It may be negative.
But we say, hey, that's my name. You ain't getting no bigger. Now that's positive.
So I want to actually change the perception. So I want to start like community is where as a
community is there. We can go overseas, deal with African affairs.
This old lady that's across the
street with the communities there.
Like things like that. Like I want to bring that essence.
Now I know one of the things you do is you go around the community, you talk to people. Their faces a little bit.
I don't get in their face. They actually get in my face. Because when they see my hat, it's like for them, it's like, you're black. Why are you wearing a MAGA hat? Donald Trump is racist. And then that's what causes the conversation. Because my thing is, what I'm trying to find out is, are you saying racist? You actually have evidence? Because somebody told you. To me, that's that's just somebody gossiping. You're not really telling anything you actually know. You just heard something. You feel it. And that to me is what I try to find out. So then that's how I get them. It's like, okay, who's being racist?
Right.
And they never can. They bring up stuff that has nothing to do with race.
Thank you.
The border. Obama wanted the border. Hillary wanted the border. Bill Clinton wanted the border. Everybody wanted the border.
Right.
Now
there's just different ways of going about the border.
Then I have to tell them, they do that. They don't get no more votes. Everybody not voting Democrat anymore. So of course you're gonna bring in illegals. Why you see them speaking Spanish and all that during the Democratic debate? Right. And it's like you didn't even mention nothing about American people.
Dang.
That's why I love Donald Trump, because he talks about it
first.
And to me, that's the most important thing.
America first.
On our country.
My house first. Like, and I'm focused on the community. If I can't fix my house, I agree with that. I'm gonna worry about the neighbors. And you know what I'm saying? Like, that don't make no sense. My house is tore up. How am I gonna go outside and try to fix something?
They want to defend criminals.
Fix your house.
At the end of the day, you're trespassing. I trespass in this building without no
get these principles down, Pat.
That's a crime.
That's it.
Whether you like that or not, that's just the reality. My mother got deported. So am I mad at the government for that? Did that happen during Obama? Am I mad at Obama? No.
Right. His own mother got deported.
She came here the right way.
Exactly.
That would have never happened.
Exactly.
That's reality, regardless of how emotional attachment people want to bring up on that.
Right.
The reality is, if she wasn't committing crimes, she lied and did everything the right way, she didn't come in here illegally, she got deported. Period.
Oh,
well, this is kind of a theme too. You're talking about
one committing crimes, she didn't come here illegally.
With Trump,
and this is your own mother.
Caring about you.
Illegal.
It's a very
out the country.
According to what you're saying. And even talking about
he considered quote unquote that African American. Whatever you want to call it, he's probably not even African American if his mother was from another country.
You know, they don't.
You do the math.
You know what I'm saying? You know, if they did, they'll be doing more for our communities. The money is there. The money is there. Same thing with Cummings. Trump gave a lot of money to Baltimore. Where did the money go? Where did it go? It's not that expensive to fix the community. That's the perception that we put in people's minds. 75 cents a day could change our community. 75 cents. It's 35 cents could change the whole country of Africa. What are you trying to tell me? We got the most prosperous, most machinery, most intelligent people in the world, and you're trying to tell me that we can continue with this? No, because they don't want to teach us how to take care of ourselves. They want to
exactly.
Because the more they keep you dependent,
they
can control you.
And they
can get you to do whatever they want. 75 cents a day. That's simple. We have
that's simple.
75 cents a day. Every 3 months. That's
everybody.
Together, that's 10
3 quarters a day.
$40 million.
You can pay.
Trying to can't use that money to build companies, to open schools, 24-hour daycare, make sure we have sufficient means of how to benefit ourselves as a community. Are you telling me that's impossible? But we have no problem standing on line for an iPhone. We have no problem standing on line for sneakers.
Right.
It is or a chicken sandwich. Like it doesn't make sense to me. It goes to show you, as a community, we already messed up. That we don't see priorities, and that's the biggest problem we have in our communities. That we don't have priorities. You know, we the things that don't matter is what we pay attention to.
Well, you hit on a really interesting point. This idea that if you don't care about people, you want them to be dependent. If you care about them, you want them to be independent. You want them to be able to take care of their own.
Can you imagine what would happen if your parents seen you doing nothing with your life? The worst thing in the world is for them to die like that. Just think about that for a
Just
second.
imagine.
If parents don't want to die and see their kids not where they need to be in life, they want them to be able to take care of themselves.
Hello. Okay, I'm doing a live stream. On YouTube. Okay.
Imagine you're a loser. Can you imagine what that loser parents feeling like? Can you imagine that? Like a loser? The family is dying in misery because they're like, hey, I gotta die. I know this kid's not gonna be able to take care of himself.
Right.
That's a horrible way.
And they know it.
Live life. You know, so like I said, with the community, most importantly, is because I did a lot of wrong in the community. I was a part of it. So I don't want to be a part of that destruction anymore. You know, I want to actually change it and be a part of the rebuilding of our community. That's what I want to be. I don't want to be a part of the destruction anymore.
What made you change in that regard? What made you? I mean, obviously, you need to care to a certain extent if you're even going to bother trying to turn people's thinking around. if you're even gonna bother arguing, dealing with them, arguing with you, dealing with all that, you have to care to some extent.
Of course, because when people don't care, they don't say anything. It's like a parent that allows a kid to do whatever they want.
Yep, they just get quiet, get mute, give them a toy, tell them watch TV.
Let them be free.
That's it.
That freedom
That's what the parents that don't care do.
destroys that.
They don't know. They ain't taught.
If you really care about your kid,
You keep them engaged.
if you really care about somebody,
An engaging child
I want to tell them
plus knowledge equals powerful.
It helps me as well. Because if I could change you and be a positive person, it makes the street safer for people like me. Why wouldn't I? And I want the street safer for people that I care about.
Love science.
Not just
I was always a kid. Love science.
My family goes
Love logic. Love history.
I don't want them to feel like they come outside.
It's creating land.
Or worry about any kind of living in poverty and filth. I don't want nobody to live like that because I don't want to live like that. So whatever I don't want for me, I definitely don't want for you.
Exactly.
So and to me, that's the path of Jesus at the end of the day.
Exactly.
I recently, accepted Jesus into my life.
My man.
I didn't understand that I was walking his path even before I accepted.
Mm.
I seen him walking his path. And that's what he was doing. He was talking to people that didn't have anything. The bums, the criminals, the thieves. If you look at the 12 apostles, guess what? They were all bad people. They weren't good people. In the aspect of how you look at people, they were not good people.
In the aspect,
why did he do that? Because he understood that those are the people that really truly affect our world.
Our world, right?
Who comes rob you? Not the guy from the suburbs. It's the guy from the hood. They ain't got nothing.
You hear me?
So who you think is more important for me to talk to? Them or the guy in the suburbs? Because I want to protect the people that's in the suburbs as well. Like, I don't want these guys to come after you because they're hungry and they're starving and they ain't have nothing. So let me help change their mindset so they can be better people. So they don't have to come from what you got because they're getting their own.
Right.
And that's what I want. That's what I want to see.
Get your own money. We all got money.
Essence of peace is everybody being able to be able to pay their bills. The peace of mind of not stressing about where I'm going to be my next meal. These type of things create crime. If you're hungry, you're gonna do whatever. Especially if you have kids, you're gonna do whatever you got to do to feed them. So if you got to rob somebody and kill them, you're gonna do it. So why not we figure out a way to get them to not have to do that? And that's what I'm focused. If they could spend over $300,000 on giving you food stamps and Section 8 and all that stuff, why would the government choose to take that money and invest in you and actually help create you becoming a successful
independent
society?
Independent.
I'd rather invest that $300,000 in putting you in school,
right?
Helping you start a business,
professionals,
build your credit,
exactly.
Help you buy a home because now you have product ownership. So you're not going to want to see your community destroyed because then your property value goes down because you own a home. Most of these people don't care about the community they live in because they don't own nothing in it.
Exactly.
So why would they care about having pissy elevators? Why would they care about dirt on the street? Why would they care about that? It's not theirs.
It's not theirs. So they don't own it.
If we start bringing that pride of ownership and being a business owner, then guess what? They're going to care more about the community because they have something to lose. There's nothing to lose. You don't care.
And there's also another thing too: the idea that people can change and that you can be forgiven for your past. That's funny enough. It's kind of more of a conservative idea. I think these days we have this. A lot of the racing areas are based on your ancestors were slave owners,
back.
Maybe not,
and it's okay,
even just because of the color of your skin, and so you should be condemned forever because of what they did.
Right,
you're a man, so you should be condemned with all the worst things they ever did. It's this idea that not only can people never be forgiven,
right,
but you should also never be forgiven even for things you had nothing to do with. Whereas the conservative side,
quote unquote, white privilege and all this stuff,
that a person can change in their past.
I got white friends.
It's very interesting viewpoint, right?
I was a gang member. I was doing bad things. You know what I mean? And I decided to change my life because I wanted better. And I seen that the path I was going wasn't the best way. And deep down inside, every human being actually is good.
Right.
It's there. It's just that somebody has to recognize it. But if you recognize it yourself, then somebody else has to see. Luckily for me, I recognize the goodness in myself. Because you can tell when you look at somebody that's suffering, you can feel it. Mm-hmm. Like you see somebody not being able to feed themselves, you can feel it. Right. So it's not something that you you just have to see. Like you can literally feel it. Like, so I felt it every time I seen somebody.
Your soul.
I felt it. Like it hurt. You know what I'm saying? Even if I didn't know that person, it was just like, it could have been one of my friends. Easily. So when you see these things, like, you're like, well, what can I do different? First, you got to change yourself. That's the key. You can't think about changing anything else until you change yourself. If you don't change your mindset, then your circumstances are not going to change. I changed my mindset. My circumstances started to change. My life started to get better. I started being more happy. You know what I mean? Because I decided to make a decision that I want to do the right thing. Right. And look, I ended up at the White House. what I'm saying? With
That's my man.
I'm there, and I'm not even.
Oh man.
Proper English. I got an 8th grade vocabulary, really. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, how did I get there? You know,
Right.
I changed my life
From doing right
what
with all your heart, soul, and mind.
Positive.
You ended up in the White
That's
House.
what I'm
What?
Think about 5 things that is positive in life, and your day will be better. Because most people focus on that one negative thing, and then forget about all the other positive things. Like, first of all, you woke up. That's the number one positive thing. Then you can look at your health. You can look at your family. You can look at your job. You can look at you have a roof over your head. Like, you gotta start thinking.
Count your blessings.
More like that. I
For
think
real.
we're so negative about everything.
Right. Negative Nancy's can go bye-bye.
But if we really look at the things that's really positive in our lives, it would make the bad things mean nothing.
It disappear.
Focus on the negative. It's horrible.
When it comes to Trump, he seems to have kind of given you a lot of hope from what I get. And you going around talking to people about his policies, what he represents for you. I mean, what is it? What does he represent for you?
A real American.
A real American. Talking about us.
Yes.
Talk about us.
Alpha. I think we needed
Alpha. Thank you. No betas. I'm done with that.
And like I said, you gotta look at when Obama became president. I know that everybody thought that anybody could be president.
Wrong.
When Donald Trump became president, proved that anybody could.
There you go.
Because nobody was talking about going to run for office when Obama ran. You didn't hear Oprah talking about it or Kanye.
They ain't give two shits.
It's when Donald Trump ran for president and won. Wait a minute. So this guy with 3 baby mothers, this, that, and third, talks junk, cocky. You know what I'm saying? Like, and he became president. It's like, no, I can do it.
Yeah, I can do it. Thank you. To people like me. Now we can do it. He can do it. I can do it. You can do it.
Because usually
break the mold.
Image. If you have different
basing presidency on image.
That use a playboy. Usually those aren't the guys that
you understand.
President. So when you see a normal person become president, that's a real person, not just playing a role for you.
Exactly.
Like, it brought back that honesty. Like, it brought back that respect, because that's what we needed in this country.
We can feel an actor, basically. Certain people, we can feel a truth. That's the only way you can actor.
That's what he said. Baltimore is rat infested. Well, you're not going to clean it if you don't know it's dirty. So somebody had to tell you this is dirty, because if you don't think it's dirty, you're going to keep living in the filth.
Thank you. Say DC is next. You need to say DC.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so the truth is very
and that's actually something you talk about, being like an alpha male. An alpha male is one who's not afraid to point out when something's not right.
Exactly.
Because, a good father tells you, you need to go clean your room. Jordan Peterson always says, clean your room. You need to get your life in order, and you need sometimes to have someone tell you that.
Yeah,
that your life is not in order. You need to get it in order.
Yeah, and that's important. And I think really
exactly alpha man.
And Donald Trump is the prime example of that. Like, because he's willing to make the decisions that he knows may not be as popular, but he knows is the best for us. And that's alpha male trait.
Exactly.
Beta male is gonna be like, okay, fine. I know you feel this way, and it's okay. All right, fine.
Thank you.
That's cool.
Thank you.
That's fine. And that.
Beta male.
See, alphas is no confusion.
Alpha male. Right. Period. That's it. Even if I gotta shed blood, I'm gonna get it done. Alpha man.
He's not worried about what you think about him.
Right.
He's not worried about none of that. He's full.
Right.
And that's what I like about him. He doesn't care if he has to work with somebody he doesn't like.
Nope. I don't even care about him. I'm still work with him.
That's what matters.
I mean, I may hate him. I may hate everything they stand for. But if working with them can make a better future, you feel me?
It is what it is.
That's the big difference.
That's why we're where we at. Stock market, another record high again.
I'm so worried about
not a crybaby.
This and that, personal stuff.
Questions.
Y'all missing out on how to change your own life.
Black Lives Matter and these things. What do you tell people?
Victim mentalities.
Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter.
Right. When? Show me.
When a young girl gets shot in the head from a stray bullet, I don't see them marching.
They won't.
I don't see none of that. Where is it at?
They won't.
You know why they don't do that? Because they can't get money from those black people in the community.
You hear me? Say it. Say the truth.
New York City Police Department.
Exactly.
I can get some money off of them. You don't talk about. So who's Black Lives Matter? Like, show me all lives matter. Anybody that's against that, then you're not a human being.
Thank you.
Because whose life is better than yours? Why? Your life is better than mine because you're white. My life is better than yours because I'm black. How?
The fuck is wrong with you?
How? If we all get in the fire right now, who's gonna know who's who? We all burnt in the fire. They're gonna be able to tell that that's a white man right there?
Nope.
Are they gonna tell it's a black man right there?
Nope.
Can't tell. So why are we talking like that? I think that's not fair. I think that's not fair to white people. It's not fair to anybody else.
The most intelligent thought I heard tonight.
I don't want to hear somebody say white lives matter. I don't want to hear somebody say Hispanic lives matter. I want to hear them say all lives matter. All our lives matter. So with Black Lives Matter, like I have no respect for them because they're really not doing nothing for Black lives. If anybody really care about Black lives with Donald Trump, he's invested in our community over $100 billion that he's incentivizing companies to invest in our neighborhoods, meaning that he wants us to prosper. You know, HBCUs, he actually put the HBCUs office in the White House to make it a White House priority to make sure they get all the funding that they need. He giving them most funding. And Black people like to talk about, oh, the jail system is majority Black. Okay, well, guess what? He just signed the First Step Act, which freed over 7,000 people, 93% were Black.
93.
So he's actually freeing people and giving them second chances to better their lives. So I don't understand. Like, to me, that's Black Lives Matter, if you ask me. You agree or disagree?
Yeah, agree.
Agreed. There we go.
Donald Trump was the blackest president we ever had, man.
The blackest president.
Black.
You know what I'm saying? Orange is the new black.
I mean, he didn't have for black people unless he was gay. He was a gay Black man that he
did everything. His right.
He shared bathrooms with everybody.
Everybody.
You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing I seen him do for somebody that was Black. They had to be gay. What about the straight Black man? What about the straight Black man? What about, you know what I'm saying? What about that? You know, like, to me, these are the things that it gave me a disdain because the things that didn't matter, that doesn't help our community, is what he focused on. What does it matter what bathroom somebody choose to go in? That's a big deal to you? That's an issue? It's not an issue. The issue is the fact that we have fatherless kids in our community. 80% of the kids that's in jail have fatherless homes.
80.
So imagine these kids had fathers in their lives.
Fatherless is the problem.
Issues. We're talking about police brutality. Police like get struck by lightning 3 times in a row.
It's gonna happen.
It's definitely impossible. If you look at the odds, 7 unarmed Black people were shot in this country this year. There's 50 million Blacks in this country. Not even 0.1% of Black people. So how is that a threat? That's why I look at people.
That's mathematically correct, and that's crazy. Wow.
80% of people that's killed in our communities is from other Black people.
Thank you.
So you're trying to tell me the leak you fall into your bathroom is way more important than the fire in your kitchen? That doesn't make sense to me. Because that's more dangerous to me. What you gonna go deal with first? Was it in your bathroom or the fire in your kitchen? Which one you gonna go deal with?
Yeah, probably the fire, yeah.
Probably. That should be your first option. So why are we focused on the things that don't matter? That goes to show you they don't want to see change. They don't want us to get better. If you want to get better, you would talk about those problems. So how can we stop them? Well, create jobs, create opportunity, get money and funding to create. Because if we wasn't spending all this money on illegal immigration, because we spend over $600 million a year and having and aborting illegal immigrants' babies. So imagine we didn't do that. Imagine we have illegal immigrants. That $600 million can go to our communities. Look, all the things that got cut from schools, no art programs, no music, no sports. We used to have PAL. We used to have all these things that actually gave kids an opportunity to be out of the streets. So if you know we don't have these things, why are you wasting money on things that don't matter instead of focusing on what matters? Let's open up these programs, man. That's why I mentioned the whole community put 75 cents. Because we need these things, whether it's swimming programs, whether it's teaching people how to build their credit, because that's one of the things that we don't have in our community. Nobody teaching us to be financially stable. Nobody teaching us to build our credit. I didn't learn that. These things are important for our community. Why did I focus on these things? Because these are the things that's going to really create change. All the other BS ain't going to do nothing for us. No sense.
You're talking about solving the causes of the problems, fixing things at the root, helping people fundamentally.
It's the root. We focus on the end result. No, let's focus on the problem. Because if you have a weed in your garden, you're not going to keep pulling the weed off and chopping up the top. It's going to go right back. The only thing you can do is uproot it. So you got to get to the root of the problem. We can't keep talking about, oh, look, the weed is there. No, let's talk about why the weed is there. Because once we understand the why, then we can fix it. In any field, it's about why first, right?
And why do I got to keep saying that in my life to people who go against me? It's about the why.
Why?
Why did it happen?
No funding for
you get mad because I do this. Why the fuck did it happen?
Why these kids are robbing?
You get mad because this happened. But why?
So once
if you don't fix the why, it's always going to be a problem. No matter until you die, it's going to be a problem. Fix that why.
and they made.
And then you're gonna figure out what's going on. You feel me?
So we can make sure their kids are not in the streets.
Thank
You know
you.
what I'm saying? These are the things that's important.
We can't rob. We can't sell drugs. We don't got reasons to.
Then you can figure
Period.
And we know the why.
If jobs are trumping drug dealers, we're gonna go to the jobs.
I don't know. I just always cared about people. And I love animals too. I see an animal being hurt, it bothers me as well. So, you know, I don't know. I wish I understood that feeling, but I've always cared about people.
That's where the King Face name comes from.
Because, you know, kids love the people, you know, regardless of like you. Even the people that don't like me, I want to help them. They don't know no better.
Exactly.
You know, so I'll take the hate. I'll take it because I know at the end of the day, you're going to love me for it. You know, you may not like me now because I don't agree with, you know, their
agenda.
All the time.
Right.
All the time. But like I said, I don't just want to help Republicans.
Right.
I don't want to just help blacks. I don't want to just help whites. I want to help everybody. Right. You know what I'm saying? It's not even my enemies. I want them to do good. I want them to prosper. If they prosper, you're gonna have time to want to be my enemy. Yeah. So I want the best for them as well. So it's not just about doing what's beneficial for Republicans. You know, I want to do what's beneficial for us all. You know, because that's I don't know. I just like people.
I wish I did.
It's easier to live life, you know, because you know it's like, all right, that person may starving on slow carriage.
Right.
I can't see that. That just bothers me. The dynamics of that. So for me, it's like I understand. So that's why I've always had that care for people because I've seen the people suffer my whole life. So I guess, you know, I just cared. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out why I care. Shit. Don't care about me. You know what I'm saying? But to me, it's not Jesus didn't care about who didn't care about him. I mean, he cared about the people. You know what I mean? So it doesn't matter to me. If he could do it, I could do it.
I guess just last question. I mean, say 5 years from now, what do you hope to have accomplished? Where do you see yourself going? I mean, what's motivating you, and what do you hope to achieve?
What's motivating me is peace. As we're going at 5 years, wherever you know God takes me, I'm on His path. Wherever He wants me to go, that's where I'm gonna go. So I don't know where I'm gonna be in 5 years. I don't know what's gonna happen in 5 years. I just know I'm a vessel, and I'm not allowing myself to be used by God to, you know, create.
At 9 p.m. tonight, my campaign team is bringing me an updated list of my supporters. I hope
and I'm one of them. That's why I'm not going to be touched.
You
understand me?
We've met many times. I think he's doing a fantastic job. I'm a big fan. His contract was extended. I was very happy about that.
You already added my name.
I think the Secretary General will tell you that through some work and some negotiation, we've increased the budget of countries other than the USA because we're paying far more than anybody else and far more even as a percentage of GDP. We've increased the numbers that other countries are paying by $130 billion. It was going down for close to 20 years. If you look at it, it was like a roller coaster down. And that was going on for a long time. You wouldn't have had a NATO. You kept going that way, and now we've really increased it incredibly well. And I'm happy to have helped. But the secretary has been looking to do that for a long time, and I can tell you he's very happy about it. And just generally, we're going to have a very big couple of days. I believe we're going to have a tremendous couple of days, but very big, very important. We have tremendous spirit as it pertains to NATO, I would say, except perhaps for one country. And we'll be talking to that country. We'll see how it works out. And actually, the one country has a couple of points, but those points are very devastating to NATO. We'll find out about that during the next 2 days. And with that, I'd like to introduce the Secretary General.
Thank you so much, Mr. President. It's good to see you again, and I'm looking forward to celebrate the 70th anniversary of our alliance together with all the other leaders.
Secretary General.
We are making real progress, most importantly on burden sharing, and your leadership on defense spending is having a real impact. Since 2016, Canada and European allies have added 130 billion more to the defense budget, and this number will increase to 400 billion US dollars by 2024. This is unprecedented. This is making NATO stronger, and it shows that this alliance is adapting, responding when the world is changing. We will, of course, also address a wide range of other issues, including the fight against terrorism, arms control, our relationship with Russia, the rise of China, and NATO is the most successful alliance in history because we have been able to change when the world is changing. That's exactly what we are doing again.
Exactly.
The fact is that we are doing more together in this alliance now than we have done for many decades. So once again, thank you for your leadership and your strong.
Love your statement that we're able to change when the world is changing. You do have to do that. The original vision was somewhat different than it is.
Amazing. All right. I'll be back.
But that's it.
Thanks for tuning in.
It's a statement that everybody has to do.